In this tutorial, we'll be going over how to use the mileage log. We'll begin by selecting the Mile Tracker app on our iPads. The very first thing we're going to want to do is check those preferences to make sure that all the settings in this application are going to give us the right output when we save the file and view it in the computer. So we'll go ahead and click that Prefs button in the top right hand corner. Now that we're in preferences, we're going to match all the settings to the ones that I'm mentioning here. So we're going to go ahead and start with the exports. So if you see that set exported fields down below, we'll go ahead and click on that. Once this exported fields pop-up appears, we want all your exported fields to look exactly like this and get them in this order, because this is the order that it's going to come out on as that final document that we are reading once all the mileage is put in for the month. And if it's not set up this way, then it's going to be really hard to figure out. So you want to have date first, client's name, amount, project, vehicle, start mileage, and stop mileage. You can check and uncheck any of these exported fields. If you have ones that are different and they're checked, just click on it again and it will uncheck it. The way to move these fields around is you hold this little 3-bar button. It's like 3 vertical bars, or horizontal bars, sorry. Right there, you'll see them though. That 3 bars right to the right of the check mark. You tap on that and you hold it, and you can slide that exported field name up and down. So that's how you put them in the order, but this is the order that we would like to have it in. Date, client's name, amount, project, vehicle, start mileage, and stop mileage. And once those exported fields are set, it's time to check the rest of the settings right now. So the settings we'll be looking at are these on and off buttons. Those are the only ones we need to worry about changing at this moment. And we're also going to set the mileage cost to $1, but we'll do that in just a second. The first one we'll be taking a look at is pre-fill start odometer. We want that on. Mileage intents, we want off. Use decimal point, we want on. Keyboard clicks, we want on. Fast new entry, we want off. Payment, we want off. Client, we want on. And description, we want off. When you scroll down a little bit, you can see the next few settings. The project, we want on. Multiple vehicles, we want on. Reimbursable is going to be off. Notes are going to be off. I'm going to also show you guys how to change the dollar amount for the mileage. So we'll click this business column right here. Once this pop-up appears, we just want to be sure that it's $1 per mile that the company's getting paid on the job. So we'll make sure this is $1, which it is, and we're going to click save. Now that that dollar per mile is saved, we're going to go over the rest of the settings. And we scroll down a little bit more. We want this include header on, include column headings on, and use last client's rate off. Once we've saved the settings, we'll need to create a new mileage log for the current job and day that we're working. Tap on the New Log button on the bottom left-hand corner of the application. Once you see this new log pop-up appear, we're going to need to click on Title. Once that Edit Log Name pop-up appears, we'll tap in the Text Edit area and write out the new file name, which is going to be mileage with the month name and the current date that you're working on. So I'm going to go with April 1st as the day that I'm working on this log. The mileage is first underscore April underscore 4-1-12. And I'll go ahead and click the Save button in the top right hand corner of this pop-up from here. Now that we've entered that new title for our log name, we're going to change the start and end dates for this mileage log. So tap on the start date area, and we're going to go ahead and change this from the date that it's given me to August 1st, because we want to get that whole month of August in this mileage log. So once we've changed that date to April 1st, the first day of the month, we're going to go ahead and set the new end date for the last day of the month. So from April 7th to April 30th, and we'll click Save. Now that we've changed the title of the log and the start and end date to be from April 1st to April 30th, we'll go ahead and click Save this log. Now that this month's mileage log is created, we'll need to make a new log entry, and we'll do this by clicking the New Mileage button in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and we'll tap on the Mileage button. So this is the pop-up screen that we're going to be editing all the details of that day's mileage in. Let's go ahead and click the Start Date on the top of this list. So when we're changing these dates, all we're doing is setting it to the day that we drove and how far we drove and all that, and which car we drove. So to change the date, you simply tap on any of these month days in this calendar, and to switch the month, you just click left or right on these little arrow buttons that are on either side of the day of the month and the year it is. So we'll go ahead and change this to April 1st, since that's the day that we're working it on. So once it's set to the correct date, we can go ahead and click anywhere on the screen to exit that date pop-up. So after we've changed the date, we can go ahead and change the vehicle. You can tap on that Vehicles tab just like we did the date. So if it's in that little line column, you can tap Vehicle, and this vehicle pop-up will appear. We're going to go ahead and click New Vehicle once we're in there, unless you have vehicles in there already, but I'm going to show you guys how to add new ones. So we'll click that New Vehicle. Once you're in the New Vehicle tab and you've gone to New Vehicle, it's going to bring you to this window, Add a New Vehicle. We're going to want to click on that. Once that Add New Vehicle pop-up appears, we're going to go ahead and add whichever vehicle we're using. For this example, I'm going to add a cargo van. Once cargo van's been added, you can just go ahead and click that save button in the top of the add vehicle pop-up. And now you can see it there in the vehicle pop-up menu. I'm going to add a couple more, so you'll notice that in the final product, but you guys have learned to add the vehicles right here. So once we've added a vehicle, now it's time to select which vehicle is going to actually go on that mileage log that we were working on today. So I'm going to say we're working with the cargo van and click on that. So once you've selected the correct vehicle, which we have, you can see cargo van in the vehicle column. We're going to tap on the column below that says tap to enter start mileage. So once we've tapped that area to enter the start mileage, we're going to go ahead and make sure it's on start/stop odometer, and we'll go ahead and put in the start mileage. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1,000 in to start with. Alright, so there's my 1,000. You want to make sure you're actually putting this mileage in and making sure it's accurate with the vehicle that you're using for the day. So once you hop in the first vehicle for the day, you're just going to want to put in the total mileage that you're starting with. And for my end of the day, or the stop odometer, I'm going to put in 1075. So according to this, I drove 75 miles today. Make sure you never touch these allowances. You just want to leave that alone. So now that I've tapped out of the mileage tab, you can tell that there's that 75 miles that I drove, and it even gives you the dollar amount for how much mileage was used up. So next we're going to tap this From tab. So once we tap that From tab, you'll see this Edit From pop-up window appear. I already have Wilson in there because that's just an example job. And it's to show you guys that once you add a job, all you've got to do is click this Wilson Newport or click the selections from the frequent locations, and that'll just pop it right in there. You don't have to write it out each time. So we'll go ahead and add the Paris office to these frequent locations by clicking this Edit Frequent Locations button on the bottom right of that Edit From pop-out. So once we're in Edit Frequent Locations, we're going to want to click on that Add a New Location button. Once we've clicked Add a New Location, this new location pop-up window appears, and we can go ahead and type that name in there of the new location. It also asks for an address, but we're not going to do that. We're just putting in the names, and we're putting in the start and stop odometer as our mileage. Um, so we'll go ahead and add the Paris office. Once we've added Paris office, go ahead and click that Save button in the top right hand corner of that new location pop-up. And we're almost done. Once we've saved it, it comes back to this edit location screen, and all we've got to do is press done in the top corner of that edit location pop-out. So as you can see, the Paris office has been added to that frequent locations list. We're going to go ahead and click Paris office, so that's going to be the example that we're starting from. So once that From location is set, we're going to need to click on the To location and select that as well. So we'll go ahead and tap that To column. Once we're in the Edit To column, all we're going to do is just click on Wilson-Newport Beach, and we're going to make that our destination. And now you can see that Wilson Newport Beach is on there as the to location. So we're leaving from the office in Paris to Wilson in Newport Beach. So we'll go ahead and click that project tab next. So once we're in this project edit tab, we're going to pretty much do the same thing we did with the from and to places. We're going to edit those so that the project will let us pick whether we're doing a pack out, cleaning, pack back, or if it's just overhead and there's no direct job because we're working in the office. So we'll click this edit frequent projects in the bottom right hand of the edit project pop-up. And once we click that edit frequent projects, we'll go ahead and click on add a new project. So we'll add pack out as our new project right now. Once we've added pack out, we can just click save at the top right of that new project pop-up. So once you've saved pack out to the list, it'll bring you back to this edit locations. We're going to click on add a new project again because we still need to add cleaning and pack back. So click add new project, and we're going to go ahead and write pack back in there and save that one. So once it's saved, we come back to this edit pop-up window. You see pack back in there. We're going to add one more project, so we're going to add the cleaning. So go ahead and click add a new project one more time. So there it is. We'll add cleaning and we'll save that. And voila, you can see all of the project or actually production orders that we do. So whether it's pack out, pack back, cleaning, or overhead, it's all in this list. So we're good to press done in that top right hand corner. So now that they're all in that list, to pick a project, you simply tap on one. So I'm going to go ahead and set this project as we're doing pack out. So I'll click pack out and then click the save button at the top right hand corner of this edit project pop-up. So now that I've saved it, you can see it right there in that project column, pack out. And we're going to go ahead and set the client now. So click on that clients column. So once you've clicked the clients column, you'll go ahead and notice the pop-up. We're going to click the new client button in the bottom right hand corner of that pop-up. So when we're adding a client, we want to be sure to put the correct job name and code that is for that job. So we're going to do Fazio here, and we'll put that in and save it. So I put in Fazio, F-A-I-S-O dot R dot 1512 dot con. This is the code that we're saving, and I added con to the end just so that we're aware that it's contents. And we'll click that save button in the top right hand corner of this new client pop out. So once we've saved it as a new client, we're going to go ahead and actually click on Fazio in this client selection area and click done, and that should pop that Fazio R1512.con right up into that client column. So now that we've finished this new mileage page for the day and for this specific job and vehicle, we can go ahead and press save in that top right hand corner. So once this mileage log is complete, that mileage log that we did just now for that specific day, April 1st, that's the only day that's accounted for in this log. When you have multiple days, it's going to give you a longer list of these right here, and that'll show you how many days you actually drove, what mileage, which vehicle. But for now, it's just this one $75 from Paris to Wilson in Newport Beach that we have on the mileage log right now. But once you have a few of those days filled out in that month, because we're in the month of April right now, then you'll notice a longer list. But it's all the same. Um, Once we want to send it and get it to Ignite, we click the Options button on the bottom of the page. And once the options pop-up opens, we're going to want to press Email. Once the Email this file pop-up appears, we're going to want to go ahead and just click Email. Since this send file in an email page opens, you're going to want to send this file to yourself. The reason being, you can't upload the file straight from your application on your iPad to Ignite. So what you're going to do is email yourself, and then you're going to take that file that you emailed and upload it from there to Ignite. So I'm going to put here my email and send it to myself. And once I've added my email, I'm going to go ahead and click the send button in the top right hand corner of the page. So now that we've emailed that to ourselves, we're going to exit out of this app and go locate that email to load it into Ignite. So I'm going to open up that email now, and I'm going to try to find the one I just sent myself. Alright, so I've got my email open. I see it right there, the mileage April 1st, 2012. So I can go ahead and open that. Now that that email's open, I can see there's an attachment in there. I'm going to want to go ahead and click on that mileage for April attachment. Once that attachment opens, we're going to click on the upper right hand corner button, and that'll let us open it into Ignite. Once that drop down menu appears, we're going to click Open In, and we're going to be opening it in Ignite. So we'll go ahead and click Ignite. So once Ignite opens and that file upload window appears, we're going to click on Select Folder, and you'll see that file menu appear on the right. We're going to click Shared from there, so go ahead and click Shared. And from that shared folder, we're going to go ahead and click Reports. Then we go to 2012 Reports. Once we're in the 2012 Reports, we're going to go ahead and locate that Contents Production folder. So you can click on the Contents Production. And from Contents Production, we're going to Mileage. So once we're in that Mileage folder, that's where we're going to be uploading this mileage log to. Every month we're going to upload the mileage log, so make sure to do it every month. And once we get it uploaded to Ignite, we need to email the bookkeeper and let them know that the file is uploaded to Ignite. So we'll go ahead and click Select Folder from here. Now that we've selected the correct job folder to upload this mileage log to, we're going to go ahead and click Upload this file at the bottom of that file upload screen. Once the file has completed uploading, you'll get this File Uploaded Successfully box. You can click OK on that, and be sure you email the bookkeeper and let them know that the mileage log for this month is uploaded, because the bookkeeper is the one that gets the email and marks done and puts it in all of the accounting records. So don't forget to email the bookkeeper and let them know that this mileage log is uploaded at the end of every month.